Alright guys, tonight we're going to learn about something called slope-intercept form, and the general part of slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I'm sure that some of you have heard that before. Now that may look a little crazy, but don't worry because y and x are already variables that we're familiar with. And then yesterday we learned that m is slope, so that's not really too strange. And just to review from yesterday, slope is rise over run. And we're going to actually be counting out the rise and the run in some of these problems. So you need to make sure you know that. And then the other thing that you see on this is this letter B. And B is called the y-intercept. And again, from your worksheet and your vocabulary yesterday, you should know that the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. So at some point, almost every line crosses the y-axis, and we call that the y-intercept. All right, let's get started on the first one. So what you're going to do is you are going to write slope-intercept form right above your equation. So you're going to write y equals mx plus b. And notice that the directions say that you need to identify m and b first. So I'm going to look at my written equation, this typed one, and I'm going to look for what's in front of x. So you see right here, in front of an x, you have a negative 1/4. So your m, or your slope, is negative 1/4. And remember, we talked in class yesterday, it doesn't really matter where you put your negative sign. So I happen to put it with the 1. Then I'm also going to look and I'm going to see what my b value is. So notice the b value is like the constant. So in this equation, my b value is negative 3. So I'll write b equals negative 3. Now we're going to start with b because it comes first in the alphabet and it's actually the easiest one. And b, remember, is the y-intercept, so it's on the y-axis. So I'm going to look on the y-axis up and down, and I'm going to put a dot on negative 3. Then I have to do the slope, okay? So remember, slope is rise over run. So if I'm going to rise negative 1, you might be so smart to figure out that rising negative 1 means you're actually going to fall or go down 1. And then when we run, we pretty much always run to the right. So I'm going to run to the right 4 spots, 3 and 4. So I'm going to put a second dot here on the ordered pair 4, negative 4. Once I have 2 dots, I'm ready to draw a line. Hopefully you can draw one a little better than mine. And there is my graph. And notice here I had a negative slope. So I know that my graph should point up and to the left or to the negative side of the number line. Okay, let's go on and look at question number 2. So again, on question number 2, I'm going to write my general form, y equals mx plus b, and you guys are going to use this so much that you definitely will memorize it. I'm going to look and see what's right beside the x. That's my slope. So m is 8 over 3. And then I'm going to look for my constant, the number that's kind of off by itself. So in this case, it's going to be a plus 3. So my b value is 3. That's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to put a dot on 3. Then I'm going to do my slope. So remember, it's rise. So how many do I rise? I'm going to rise 8. 1, 2, 3. And it's okay that you go off. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to run to the right 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now any dot that is off the graph is considered an estimate. It's not bad, but if you can, you want to try to get one on the dots or on the graph. So now I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of rising 8, I'm going to actually fall 8 or go down 8. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, in this case, I can't run 3 because I'm going opposite. I'm going backwards. So here I'm going to run to the left. 1, 2, 3. And now I have 3 dots. 3 dots are always better than 2. I can connect them and draw my line. Notice I had a positive slope to begin with, and this is a positive line. That's a good sign. Okay, let's go on and look at the next one. So I'm going to write my equation, y equals mx plus b on the top. I notice that my m, my number in front of x, is negative 1/5, and my b value seems to be missing. So if there's not a number there, what number could I put there that wouldn't change it? Well, the number, if it's not written, in this case is 0. So when I want to graph b equals 0, that is going to be right in the center. And then from there, my slope says negative 1. So remember, that means you're going to fall 1, and then we're going to run to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went to 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect those 2 dots. Hopefully I'll have a pretty straight line. And a negative slope should point to the left, and mine does. So there's a quick check to make sure that you're on the right track. Okay, the next one, write your y equals the number in front of x, or the m value, is negative 2. And the b value, the constant, with its sign is negative 5. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my first dot on negative 5. And then my slope, it doesn't have a rise and run. Well, remember, you can write the number 2 as 2 over 1. So the slope is going to be negative 2 over 1. So that means I'm going to go down 2 and right 1. Again, if you're off the graph, that is an estimate, so I'm going to try to do that backwards. So instead of going down 2, I'm going to go up 2, and the opposite of right 1 is left 1. And because these dots are so close together, oops, that one's in the wrong spot. So I said go up 2 and left 1. Because these dots are so close together, I know that I could actually put a couple more on. So up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1. And you could do this several times to get near to the top of your graph. And then you can connect all of your dots to form a straight line that points to the negative side of the number line. So you should have a negative slope, which we do. Okay, I'll just help you get started, but I actually want you to finish this by yourself. So in the next one, you're going to have y equals mx plus b. Your m value, or the number in front of x, is 2. And some people like to just go ahead and write that as a fraction. So I would go ahead and write that as 2 over 1. And then my b value, the constant, is 1. Okay, on the next one, I'm going to set it up the same. So I'll just write y equals mx plus b. My m value, the number in front of x, is negative 1/3, and the b value is negative 1. So I'm going to start by putting a dot on negative 1, and then I'll do my slope, which is down 1 and over 3. Please finish the worksheet. If you have any questions or trouble with them, bring them to class tomorrow, and maybe I or one of your classmates will be able to help you before you turn it in.